Oh yeah, we go in as a single person at the palace. I was like, wait, where's everybody at? Okay, we must have missed some loot over here. Also, my guy keeps getting unequipped, and it's rude. He's our friend. He gets to follow us. Owlcat, fix this. He needs to be here forever. There we go. Should I go to Theodora's study again and try and figure out whatever that couch thing was? I don't think we found any clues to how to do that. But we're here, and I might want to try again. Your Lordship, I hope your stay on Dargonus will be beneficial to your physical and mental state. I understand that the heir to the Protectorate must have his hands full, but one shouldn't forget about rest. What about the Oh yeah, I forgot about the meeting with them. I thought I was supposed to talk to you about the stamps, too. Well, anyway, what about the meeting with navigators of House Orselio, since we're here? Clementia immediately focuses on the data slate in her hands. Allow me to report, the esteemed navigators of House Orselio have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them? Okay. Profit factor -1. This might be worth it, honestly. Yeah. Let's make sure we show them due respect. Make arrangements for a reception worthy of the refined taste of the Navis Nobilite. Okay. It'll cost us profit. Understood, Your Lordship. Clementia promptly makes a note on her data slate. Would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes, Cassie and I are ready for the talks. Then I'll have messengers sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. Uh-oh. Implying that this could go south. Oh no. A high persuasion person, though. Regent Orselio, esteemed delegation, the rogue trader, and the Von Valancius Protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. The esteemed representatives of the Navis Nobilite have arrived at the Rogue Trader's Court, the regent of the Great House Orselio, Aronto Orselio. His companions, Lady Glyceria Orselio, Navigator Lesso Simon Orselio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrino Orselio, Lady Navigator Alina Hateria Orselio, and Navigator Denax Orselio. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. So after hearing that, I guess, navigator houses are very incestuous? I suppose that's how they keep the mutations in the family? How does that all work, exactly? Oh dear. Okay. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move, as if the navigator's flesh is detached from his bones. Gross. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. This is what we have to look forward to with our fish queen in the future. This is how she'll age. Rogue trader. The regent's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orselio, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting, and our gratitude for the warm welcomes. It pleases us to know there are still lords in the Koronus Expanse who observe etiquette and the traditions of hospitality. And yet this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the rogue trader has done for House Orselio by protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze at Cassia. Come now, child. There is much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forward, but then stops and looks at you. No, we're not speaking on her behalf. Nod wordlessly. Cassia smiles faintly and addresses the regent. Esteemed regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the rogue trader that I stand here today, and there is so much I want to tell you. But what is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orselio is deeply grateful to the rogue trader for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceedingly rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we depart for your new home, so that we may finish what we started. Esteemed regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the rogue trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... Cassia notices the regent's furious glare and falls short. Cassia, I would be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable. End dialogue, oh my gosh. Wait, really?
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child in the palace.
Okay, for a second I thought they were gonna be the ones attacking. I'm like, why they would never?
You will pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, rogue trader! Now kill them all!
Okay, so some of Felek's followers must have followed House Orselio here, huh? So this is one of theirs that betrayed them, by the looks of things? Are we stuck?
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Alina.
Death to his enemies!
You had a traitor in your midst, guys. You brought them right to us. Okay, Cassia. Hey, you're in my spot, bro. Alright, we'll take that one. Attacking me in my home. You will rue the day. Okay, while we know we have some sightlines here.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
He might be too far away for this. Oh, damn it. Okay. So if that's the case, let's just do this. And let's do that. No allies in the blast.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Cool. Good job. probably not going to be able to see this spot.
I'm afraid not. That is foolishness.
Okay, none of the other two showed up. I wonder if they bugged. Why did you do that? Really, bro? You did not have to move over there to hit your own people.
You cannot force me, Elantak. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
Could have done more to make that more likely to hit, I think, but...
I'll see to it personally.
Damn. Ooh, those guys are soft. Those guys are really soft. Freaking 30 HP versus their 130s? It's a rude thing to do, huh?
Someone else can do this.
Really? No line of sight? Okay, whatever you say, game. We'll play it that way.
I'd rather not.
Oh my god, step out then.
We'll rule the stars themselves! Indeed. One fewer target!
Okay.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Duty prevails!
High momentum.
Okay, you have Elusive Shadow already on. You've also got your strength buff on. Alright, that'll have to do.
Everyone, step aside.
Deals additional damage. 54 to 60. It's not that big of a difference.
I won't object to it.
Okay, so you must have an ability that allows you to eat damage sometimes. Okay, big parry chances. Cannot miss. This is, yeah, this is the one, huh? I'm guessing one of them is your offhand? Second weapon, yeah. Big old debuff on her. Took a whole bunch of extra damage because of how much damage was already lost. Great. Exactly what we're looking for. Is this the only person of House Valancius left alive? Oh my goodness. Was this the leader? Or did he just like disappear for the fight? I don't know what happened to him. If I do that, you'll take an attack of opportunity. Let's do Endure. Stop shooting across us, man. Our own units do more damage to us than anybody else, it feels like. Killed one of their own, that's good. You know what? I may be able to position this just so. Abelard can take the hit. Oh, it didn't hit them? I got cheated. I got cheated.
Be gone.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Do not dare ask.
Okay, turn that into a stronghold. And the warden will probably try and kill you anyway.
If I must.
Oh! 95. We just nat one that.
Favors the swift. I'll do it.
That was rude.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Are you my emperor? Guided by faith.
High momentum.
Man, Cassia's house is like super messed up right now. Who else is left? Oh, there's a guy standing right there. That guy. That guy right there. Cool. 4 shots and you
As
dead?
the Emperor commands. Doubt is for the weak.
I think you've still got that thing that means you can't
As
miss.
the Emperor commands, this is
on
why
single
I
shots.
was chosen.
You're all good. You good? Oh, that's Alina. I thought that one was Cassia. Mercy! Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Alina Haterio Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair in the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. I sentence you to death for your crimes against a rogue trader and Lady Navigator Cassia. Any last words? Tisiphane's heir be damned. I know that House Orselio will cast off the tyrant shackles someday. Though not here and now, others will come after me, and may our enemies tremble. Somehow, somewhere, we'll still get the answers that she was about to tell us. But right now, we just support our fish queen, okay? Rogue Trader House Orselio humbly asks for your leniency and forgiveness. We could not even imagine... Okay, look, they're not all dead. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the Rogue Trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Allow us to offer you compensation worthy of a Rogue Trader as gesture of friendship and an apology for any unpleasantness. I believe you, Regent Oronto, and yet this is now the second attempt that has been made on Cassia's life. I need answers. We are ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Okay? Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to our great Novator, Tisiphone Orselio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator Tisiphone Orselio. They deemed the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools. If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orselio would follow it into oblivion. Okay, why do they think that there's something wrong with this relic? They dread her power, for only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Okay, does Cassia really carry Tisiphane's Atlas? We believe it with all our hearts. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia and therefore marking her as her successor. Interesting. So we're probably going to run into this former Novator at some point. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, the powers cannot take hold of her mind. Okay, so that's why they don't want her out here with us, is because they want her in seclusion to control whatever this power is. It looks like House Orselio has fallen on hard times. The regent stays silent and then replies, "To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty. The navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphane's place and lead the house to prosperity, such is her great destiny." I think I've heard enough. We would be honored to hear your thoughts on the matter. Allow me to decline the compensation. House Orselio needs its resources now more than ever. The regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. I will dismiss the charges against House Orselio for what transpired. It pleases us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties. But tell us, what future awaits House Orselio and the Von Valancius Protectorate? How about an exchange of culture and technology? Theodora von Valancius was a very open-minded woman, but sagacious Tisiphone did not support many of her endeavors, and neither should we. We are afraid House Orselio will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. How about a treaty of friendship? An alliance? With great pleasure. Our emissary will contact yours and deliver the scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless this new alliance. 15 navigator insight. Okay. I wish to help House Orselio solve their current problems. The regent's sagging skin quivers when he sighs. It would be highly disrespectful of us to refuse the aid of a rogue trader. We, Aranto Orselio, do hereby accept your offer. If you will allow, we shall discuss the details later. Okay, let's discuss the Lady Navigator's future. As we said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. We hope you will be gracious enough to acquiesce. There are traitors in your midst. Would the Lady Navigator not be safer under my protection? There is a pregnant pause. The regent stares at you as if trying to peer through the skin, muscle, and bone and see the darkest corner of your heart. You are not wrong, rogue trader. If you are willing to take care of the child while we deal with our problem, so be it. Though House Orselio may have suffered the pain of a schism, only we can protect the child from our brethren and lead her along the paths of enlightenment to the Novator's throne. Okay, so in other words, they're gonna let us keep her for now. And then once their problems are solved, they're expecting to get her back. Okay, that was wild, huh? Okay, so I guess we don't need to do anything with you. I guess we have to go straight for the administratum. Okay, looks like we got level ups. Hold on, is Jay in here? She's outside, isn't she? Okay, so if the siren sounded when I picked the wrong one there, that means I got the first two right the first time, didn't I? So are we just gonna brute force this? Guess we are. The room responds to your actions with a quiet grinding sound, and a small nook reveals itself in the nearby wall. Inside you find a databank bearing the Von Valancius coat of arms. Data bank from Dargonus. Okay. An engraved data drive found in a cache on Dargonus. The information it contains has been carefully encrypted. So I've got 2 of those now. Okay, we're gonna do that here. We're gonna do that soon. And we need to talk to Cassie on the ship. I can't remember if it was a rumor or a quest to pick up the things that we just got from the cache. Like, what am I supposed to do with those? I've got 2 encrypted messages now. Maybe I need to take them to Abelard or something? Either way, we got the damn thing. Alright, let's go do some paperwork. To the administratum.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Ah, Vernacular Von Valancius, you have returned. I hope the sacred document I entrusted to you last time has now successfully passed through the approval procedure. Here is your paper complete with seals. The ocular lenses on the old woman's nose emit a subtle hum as she adjusts the magnification. Yes, oh yes, indeed, it is perfect. The seals are authentic, so we may continue with the certification procedure. Follow me, please. If there's like 5 more steps to this. Nice punch. Is that how you open all doors? Oh my god. Don't you dare tell me to wait in that line. Don't you dare tell me to wait in that line. Owlcat, are you guys about to troll me with some administrative bullshit? I will remind you, I'm a rogue trader. I get to bypass. This is your queue, and your ticket number is, the old woman's ocular lenses hum as she zooms in on the paper in her hand, 394. When it is your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for J. Haydari to possess a Mercatum Tabula Officio. You will have a bit of wait, but it will be worth it in the end, yes. My name was widely known long before I became a rogue trader. People like me do not queue. Wherever we go, doors are thrown open wide for us, and the red carpet is rolled out. Dumbfounded by your speech and splendor, the petitioners around you freeze open-mouthed. Why did it go back here? Of course, the fame of your deeds has reached the walls of this temple of the Imperium's law, and will. And yet, the Lex Imperialis, the expression of the Master of Seal's face, undergoes an indescribable metamorphosis. Various moral impulses are warring within her, her lips moving soundlessly. Then she nods several times to herself. The old woman wrinkles her nose like she has tasted something unpleasant. I suppose I could make an exception, but only because Theodora von Valancius never once overlooked the laws of the Imperium, or my advice. Here, she holds out a new ticket with the number 301. May his blessing be upon you. Monstrous, absolutely monstrous. The queue hums with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out bedding and is settling down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important business. You have to admit the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. Jay smiles sheepishly, eyeing the queue. But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from the constant traveling, and to give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way. Order your servants to prepare a waiting area befitting a rogue trader. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look how nice it is, compared to everything we saw when the camera, like, all this stuff. You feel the envious eyes of the other petitioners upon you, but no one dares to do anything more than stare. Scratch the back of your neck. You have whiled away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have left to go. Yawn. The minutes drag by intolerably slow. Somewhere in the queue, a child is howling at the top of its lungs. The palace adepts are sedately moving documents from one pile to another, shuffling papers. Several petitioners have gathered in a huddle and are swapping rumors, while someone has laid down for a nap on a nearby bench. Count the people in the queue. The people are constantly moving, coming and going, changing places or simply disappearing from view. On your first attempt, you count 238 petitioners. On your second attempt, you count 244. On your third attempt, the next batch of unlucky souls is ushered into the hall and you lose count. Wait, quote-unquote, patiently. Wow, Jay, I'm impressed. I mean, that's some core work right there. In the last 8 hours, the only thing that has changed in the waiting hall is the warden shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour when their appeal will be heard by the high-ranking servants of the Imperium. The entire queue perks up at a sudden announcement. Number 285, proceed to the available window. It's so close, we're what, 300 and something? Oh, throne take me, what torturous trial have we let ourselves in for? Jay almost wails in despair. So much precious time lost, and we've only moved 3 paces ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and gray before we get out of this queue shrine. Oh, wait, is it counting down? I'm confused. Do not forget you are the reason we are here, Jay. And that was the will of the Exalted One, Shireen. Jay throws up her arms and lowers her head. And the Exalted One has granted me insight as to how, with a simple wave of your hand and a few wise words, we can ease our arduous wait. The simplest way is to make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title, Shireen. The second option requires a little more patience. I've already found our first victim. Ah, the compassionate citizen who is standing 50 paces ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart, and he will gladly swap tickets with you. And also, you have the power to solve the problem of some petitioners, removing their need to visit a coveted window. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen could want that is beyond the power of the conqueror of the stars to grant? Open fire, Jesus Christ. We shall solve some of the problems of the common people. A wise decision, Shireen. Cold traders always say if you can solve a problem with hard cash, then that's just the cost of doing business. Oh dear, what are we doing? Are we hearing petitioners now? Jay gives you a conspiratorial wink and backs away slightly. Oh, Exalted One, could today be my lucky day? No longer will I have to stand in this hall waiting day and night for my turn to come. For this kind Lord of House Valancius is a benefactor of the downtrodden, and he has solved my problem. Oh, esteemed Lord, take pity on this poor youth as well. I will give you everything I have, I swear, before the Emperor. Only help me solve my problem. We do not need everything, poor wretch, only your place in the queue. Listen to the young man. The young man in worn work overalls comports himself with unusual grace for a commoner. My lord, I have been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get a permission slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the servants of the administratum refused to grant it without the signature of a highborn sponsor. Oh. Why did it look so bad? I have an FPS counter on and it didn't drop. That was just the game being weird. Out of my way. Elbowing aside onlookers left and right, a richly dressed lady with a beautiful mark augment over her lips charges towards you. Esteemed lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered white waif from the middle levels. A union with a commoner will put an end to his studies at the university. But should Dargonus and the officio medicae be deprived of a capable chirurgeon because of a passing fancy? Zazie is a healer too, and she helps the people of the Hive a great deal more than any lily-white chirurgeon with a diploma. I do not want to live a life of idleness in the spires of Dargonus like you. Not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who need my help. Okay. Profit factor, huh? Just make her a lady of the court. In the name of House Von Valancius, I hereby make your fiancée a lady of the court and release her from any obligations thereto. The young man spends several seconds opening and closing his mouth in shock. That means our marriage will finally be certified? And Zazie will be able to become a chirurgeon now too. I don't know how to thank you, my lord. Please, take my place. I will return later, this time with my fiancée. You have an interesting way of doing business, Shireen. I'll keep that in mind. Jay's shrewd eyes are alight with interest as she watches the young petitioner leave. After allowing you a brief pause, a hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air as he speaks only 3 words. Death for life. I'm sorry, what? Jay peers over the man's shoulders to read his crumpled form. You are here to request mortification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out body parts, old-timer. The ragged man shakes his head and covers his face with his wrinkled hands. Servitor disposal. Awareness succeeded. Only now do you notice the tattoo in his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus Administratum, and several interlocking chains. It seems this old fellow is the property of a prefect of this palace. Jay looks at the man's form again and rears back in horror. The granddaughter of this poor wretch has turned into a servitor 16 Dargonus years ago? And after a recent accident, she was listed for disposal. And now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for a soulless tin can. May the Exalted One keep me from such a fate. Yeah, that's really sad. think I'm gonna do 4. I think that might be... I think this old man might be down for it. I will give the order for your granddaughter to be repaired, but if you wish to be with her forever, you will also be subject to servitude in perpetuus. The old man nods in understanding. Yes, I understand. Emperor, watch over you. That's dark. That's so dark. Hello? Interesting. So that is how the ruler of worlds and all the stars in the sky acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit. Jay nods pensively and beckons the next petitioner. She's just like sitting here judging me. Once again. She's leaning against nothing. Working on her core. A mature woman in a finely made but threadbare dress greets you. Okay. A noble that's not doing so well? I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family, it's devastated. My life's work, my shop selling rare hats, burnt to ashes. I am living out my last years as a widow, alone in a cold, deserted manor, without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status. The woman falls silent, her brow raised in expectation of your response. And what you want is a life that is meaningless and full of despair? Perhaps it is time that you turn to faith, sister. The woman's eyes go round in surprise. Why, I think you're right. What do I want with a tumble-down manor house full of rats? And a depressing view from the window. My whole life I have dreamt of interplanetary travel. A pilgrimage, that's it. I'll sell the house and what's left of the shop and I'll buy a one-way ticket. And Emperor willing, I will die happy before my savings run out. Okay. This is a ridiculous quest. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they aren't also amenable. Jay inspects the ticket she now holds and nods with satisfaction. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shireen, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? I'll be honest, Shireen, I already tried to convince Heinrichs to use his interrogator's rosette. With sweet words and pretty songs I cajoled and wheedled, but he remains unmoved like a rock whipped by the wings. Perhaps he will be more amenable to a request from you. Sister Argenta, for instance. Jay's voice becomes noticeably warmer. She has such a big crush on Argenta. She could engage the people in a prayer or tell a story about some saint or other in exchange for their cute tickets. The people will be amazed if you show them your tamed Xenos. They'll drop everything they're holding, including their tickets, and come to goggle at her, I guarantee it. Once again, we can just open fire on the crowd. Alright, do we use our tricks? I have to. We need to move forward faster. Use your tricks. Lady J. I prefer to call it my wisdom learned through many years of experience, but I don't care about the precise wording just now. How do you wish to proceed, Shri? Alright, well, what's our best chance of success? Persuasion. So that's Argenta's. Or Yurliet. Okay, we're gonna do Argenta's. Because I think Jay just wants to watch Argenta work and admire from afar. Sister Argenta, I believe these people have been gripped by despondency. A sermon from one of his daughters could restore to them their determination. You were thinking about it as well? She was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do this all day. I wasn't even going to do it to help us get further forward. I was just going to do it. Argenta's gaze is as clear as the midday sky. Words of faith can heal any wound, even those that bleed not but doubt. I will help these people. I'm about to tell you about true faith and humility in the face of adversity. Why is the camera so far down? One day, they appealed to Saint Justina. Another 2 hours passes. Well, as they say on Ifrit, there is no star more coveted than that which points to the Exalted One. Jay casts a sidelong glance at you at the Sister of Battle as the latter holds out several number tickets to you. These were given to me in thanks by the poor souls who decided to abandon their vigil in this palace of the law and return to their worldly matters. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Cherie, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Alright, Yurliet. Can you serve as a distraction? I'm sorry to disrespect you in such an awful way. The Eldare's clear gaze surveys the crowd. Elentok, I will do this, but only because you helped me to leave Janus. If any monkey tries to touch me, I will end them as ruthlessly as one uproots a weed. Fair enough. That'll get more people to leave, I'm sure. Kamarag Elentok, I will do this, but only because I cannot bear to be surrounded by such a throng of monkey. Stop staring at me with your dull little eyes, monkey. I am not a withered leaf, I will not go up in flames. Oh man, we keep on now we're all working on our core. We keep shifting off these chairs. Such humiliation for a child of a Saurian, to be nothing but a beast for monkey to gawp at. Look at it this way, my pointy-eared and elegant xenofriend. You have gained more intimate knowledge of the Imperium's culture, and I have got us a ticket that puts us a few places ahead in the queue. I didn't steal it, I simply swapped it with ours when no one was looking. The hum of activity returns to the queue. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realize that the number being called out by the servo skulls for the third time is the one on your ticket. Oh my god, finally. Jay, we are doing this for you. You better be grateful. Oh, exalted one, thank you for granting the rogue trader his sacred warrant and all its privileges. If we had had to wait a minute longer, heaven be my witness, I would have shot someone. Me too, Jay. Well, that went faster than I expected. We had a little bit of a wait, of course, but at times it was actually fun. Jay smiles wearily. One last seal, one more certification, and you will be looking at official trade representative Jay Haydari. Oh my god, if there is another step, so help me God. Well, what are you waiting for, Cherie? Let's go. We have another couple of hours with the certification officer to get through. Another 2 hours. The certification officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming, his augmented ocular eyes whir as the lenses zoom in and out. With quiet scratching sounds, the cogita quills, because it's based off of cogitator. So cogita quills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make notes on a fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified, says the rasping voice through the metal jaw with its integrated vox. Return to the master sills in order to proceed. May his light and wisdom guard you. Next. In order to proceed? Are we not done? I told you we weren't done. It'll never be done. At the end of all of this, they're going to be like, and now you have to go to the Imperium. And we're going to be like, we can't go to the Imperium. It's blocked. The warp ways are blocked. You didn't tell me this before?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
To look at this. Okay, there's too many things going on. Bundles of wires have been ripped out of the servitor's neck and a yellow fluid is seeping from its damaged joints. How angry would a person have to be to do this? This is mine now. I will requisition this. And is that where we need to get back to? I believe it is. The Temple of Law and Order greets you, Vernacular. You have returned with all the necessary paperwork, I presume? Here, all of the seals, placed by certification officer. Wonderful! The Emperor blessed you with patience greater than the apportioned to ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authenticity of your documents for the final time. The old woman holds the documents close, so that they are almost touching her nose, her mechanical ocular lenses clicking incessantly. Yes, yes. Confirmed. Everything is in order, and this one. Ah, the seal is smudged slightly. Jay's smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions. Void scorpion scratch on my eyes, now what? I suppose I can overlook it given that the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, J. Hidari, you are now the holder of the Mercatum Tabula Official. Do not forget to repeat the certification process every 100 Terran cycles. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the world of the Koronus Expanse. You have to do this every 100 cycles? Jesus. And one more thing, loss of the certificate is a grievous transgression, Mr. Hidari. Blue is the original document, and you will be unable to regain your status as official trade representative. Not even the rogue trader's endorsement. Yes, esteemed Damar, give me the certificate already. Come on, Jay's eyes dart over the Mercatum Tabula Official and shine with delight. Ah, praise the Exalted One, who saw me through all these trials, Shireen. This is something to tell the grandchildren about, how a humble mortal became a trade representative of the Imperium. Let's not bother the Damar any longer, Shireen. Why don't we discuss our next steps on the ship? We have a couple people we need to talk to on the ship. Okay. Oh my god, finally. Nope. Let's get the hell out of here. And quickly. Oh, man. Okay. So, we need to go to the bridge and talk to Jay and talk to Orselia. Or Cassia. So, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlada101, Andy Ford, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, A Happy Fat Panda, Turkeyfoot 27, Pato Kuto, Shadow Raven, Anna Kate the Great, The Blue Electric Cat, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.